bracket finals. Everybody out there, make some noise. All right, well, our Zerg player NesTea is currently down 2 games to nothing. He is in dire straits here. He really needs to make something happen. And if anybody can do it, it's NesTea. He's so experienced. He's been in situations like this before. You can never count him out. But Squirtle is playing like an absolute monster. An absolute monster.
Well, he's playing very well, but I think a couple of those losses we can kind of attribute to NesTea making a couple of interesting decisions, you know, going for the Mutas early encounter, but not really sending that much in there, just some Mutas, and then trying to work against the Phoenixes for a long time while his base was getting eaten alive. It's looking pretty one-sided right now, but NesTea might be able to recover. By the way, guys, we want to go ahead and encourage you one more time to go ahead and check the AMD booth out. Fill out a cheerful, which are those posters that you see people holding up, and the most interesting one will be chosen by AMD at the end of the day, and if you win, then you will get an HP DD6 with the new AMD APU. Sorry. By the way, can we see those signs real quick? Let's go ahead and see some of the signs right now. I want to see who's got the most interesting signs so far. Oh, okay. You guys are still drawing them. Take your time.
Take your time. Take your time.
Make it nice. Make it nice. If you want to see it. Oh, there's a lot of signs back there.
Oh, there we go. There we go. I can't even see that far, but
yeah.
Nice signs. Nice signs.
Well, that's because you need to put these gunners on. Trust me, bro.
Laser vision.
By the way, we want to go ahead and thank the sponsors, AMD, Gunner, Kingston, Playham, Twitch TV, Astro, and High Vision.
And please do follow us on some of our social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and justintv.com/IGN Pro League. And also, if you have appreciated our casting, me and HD would really appreciate it if you follow us on Twitter. I'm @PainUser, he's @HD StarCraft. Now, without further ado, it looks like our players are ready here. NesTea has his back against the wall, but NesTea's like a wounded animal. You can never count him out. You can never count him out. He can fight his way back. He can claw his way back into this.
That was a great analogy, man. He really is wounded right now. I mean, I think if we look at the last 7 games he's played, we're counting these 2 in the last 5, he's only won 1 of them. He's lost every single other one. Yeah. Actually, he didn't take the last set with the live all the way to a best of 5, so I do apologize. But he's lost almost all of his matches in his recent history, and he's got to recover, man. He's got to figure it out. This is getting down to the wire, and if he loses this match,
is down to the wire.
Yeah.
This is the wire.
If he loses this match, PainUser, it's over for him. He'll walk out with $7,000, but he's going to have to sit on the sidelines in the crowd and watch his opponent Squirtle face off against Alive in the grand finals.
That is a true statement.
By the way, guys, we just got word that we wanted to go ahead and bring up David.
Never mind.
Never mind.
David Ting will be coming later.
God has changed his mind. Oh, he'll be coming up pretty soon, I'm sure.
All right. We are starting the game here. We're going directly into Game 3. The map is going to be Daybreak. And after those last 2 games, Squirtle just looking like an absolute monster. 1 step ahead of NesTea in every facet of the game. NesTea tried to go for the counterattack. He tried to go for the run-by. Squirtle had just enough forces at his main to prevent the run-by. Then he attacked his 4th, and really, I mean, where was NesTea's army? It was nowhere to be found.
Now at the top right-hand corner, the map is Daybreak. We do have IAM's NesTea. He needs your enthusiasm.
He certainly does. Give NesTea some love. He really needs it right now.
All right. And down at the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent currently 2-0 against him, looking to beat him and go into the grand finals to face off against Alive. It is StarTail Squirtle. And this is it, man. Has NesTea decided finally that he's going to try to take this game with a more conventional approach, maybe go for that big roach play that so many Zergs favor now? Or is he going to opt to do something a little less than conventional and try something that could put him in harm's way, but could also get him that easy W?
Well, see, here's the thing. NesTea has already tried things that are unconventional twice, and it's certainly not working out for him. So I would love to see NesTea stick to his guns, play a macro game, and see if he can beat Squirtle in a straight-up game. I mean, that's what he needs to do to get his confidence back. I don't think cheesing right now is the answer for him.
That probe is actually going to miss the spawning pool on his way out, but I'm sure Squirtle will, you know, assume that the pool is coming up somewhere.
Oh, and Squirtle's drawing a Huck heart. How cute. Multiple Huck hearts, actually.
Now, that probe being there will be able to block the hatchery and make it a little annoying until some Zerglings or some more drones can come out and ward it away. It looks like NesTea may opt to just bypass placing the hatchery there and go straight down to the 3 o'clock position. And it's certainly, nope, he's coming back and he went ahead and placed it at the natural. So a good little psych out right there, I guess.
Yep, he was just waiting for that probe to leave so he could draw up the natural, and there you have it. Now, Forge Fast Expand from Squirtle here, very standard on this map. Now, NesTea hopefully doesn't try and go for a bust again, because it seems like every time he does, Squirtle is just one step ahead of him. His force fields are almost perfect. His wall-offs are so well orchestrated. His building positioning is perfect. And I mean, it just hasn't worked out for NesTea. I'd love to see NesTea take a quick third here, macro up. Don't build those early roaches, don't build those early lings, just make exactly what you need to, save your money, power up on economy, and show us the NesTea that we saw earlier in the tournament.
Well, I think that's exactly what he's going to do here, man. He is going to grab that hatch.
There we go.
The 3 o'clock.
There we go.
And really, this tournament, it's coming down to where endurance does matter. NesTea, I guess, has found some of that endurance somewhere in that leftover empty, almost empty tank in his body, and he's decided to go ahead and take it into a macro game. And we all know in StarCraft 2, playing the late game is so much more stressful, so much more taxing on your energy than any type of early rush or any type of early cheese. So this is it, man. This is going to be 3 base Zerg against 2 base Protoss. Let's see what happens.
Ooh. It looks like we have lost our feed. I will continue to narrate on the audio. There we go.
Oh, I was wondering what everyone was talking about there. Did we miss something?
Oh, just a minor hiccup. We'll brush that one under the rug and keep on moving with this game. Now, there is the 3rd hatchery going up here. It is going to be scouted by Squirtle almost immediately, so Squirtle knows exactly what's going on here. Still, though, Squirtle hasn't managed to sneak any offensive pylons on the map, so NesTea does have that going for him. There aren't any offensive pylons anywhere.
Yeah, that's good too for Squirtle, because obviously those offensive pylons give so much vision. They allow the Protoss to go ahead and warp in units across the map as well. It can be very troublesome, and right now Squirtle has pretty much stayed within the confines of his base. He hasn't thrown up pylons or anything like that. That probe will take control of the Zelnaga Tower on the left, and it certainly looks like NesTea is banking up for that build that I've been talking about so much. He hasn't collected an ounce of Vespene yet, so he should be able to deal with the Zealot pretty easily. He's already got a queen there, just a scouting Zealot, and we should expect to see NesTea begin to mine gas within the next 30 seconds or go and go into layer, Roachworm, +1 weapons, and speed.
Yeah, absolutely, and there we go. He's grabbing double gas at his main and a single gas at his natural as we speak. He's adding so many drones in right now. The Evo chamber coming down, the Roachworm coming down as well, so NesTea really just powering up on drones, but keep in mind, Squirtle has been expending a vast majority of his chrono boost on his Nexus. So he's on par with his probe count, and now it looks like he's going to go ahead and get a robotics facility at the front door here.
That's a great idea. This is exactly what Squirtle did to win against NesTea the first time they played this morning. He went for the robotics facility, he got a bunch of Immortals out, and as good as having 200, max army of roaches are, those Immortals, if you can get at least 3, 4, maybe even 5, which is what he had last game, you're gonna wreck the roaches.
No, a little bit of a mistake there from NesTea. He actually started +1 weapons on his evolution chamber, canceled it, then started it again. I mean, strange. Maybe the fatigue is getting to him. I mean, a lot of uncharacteristic errors here from NesTea. we'll just have to see if he can pull it back in this game and really make something happen.
Oh wow, he's going straight for an Immortal Pain user, opting to skip the Observer, and I talked about this a little bit this morning as well. If you, as a Protoss, were to skip that Observer, you'll be in a much better place to hold off that type of roach aggression, but the thing you have to watch out for is the burrow. If you don't have some type of detection, then the burrow is going to get to you, and unless Squirtle stays within the confines of his photon cannon, or if he can get an Observer out, he could be in some trouble. We actually don't see NesTea going for burrow right now, so the quick Immortal coming out of Squirtle, oh man, this is going to be fantastic for him if he's looking to hold off this roach play, which it certainly looks like NesTea's trying to do.
Yeah, Squirtle has also gone up to 7 gates here, so he will be able to get a ton of stalkers out. His sentries, wow, that's kind of risky. Sending his sentries out on the map with these 2 zealots to apply a little bit of pressure. I really hope he doesn't get caught by some zerglings. Those sentries are just such valuable units right now. But what I wanted to say is that Squirtle has been doing such a brilliant job of reading NesTea.
Yeah,
he's been reading him so well. Like in game 1 on Antigua, he anticipated the early pool. He didn't go for the quick expansion. He went for the 3 gate. Now he's anticipating the roach build that we already saw earlier today. He went for the Immortal first, like you said. Yeah, he's just doing a great job reading him.
Making a Warp Prism as well, and I actually have not seen a Protoss combat this mass roach play with Warp Prism, but what you can actually do is micro the Immortal, kind of like Boxer microing tanks back in the old days inside the dropships, and you can keep the Immortals alive when the roaches attack. The roach volley does take a little bit of time. It's a ranged attack, it's a missile-based attack, and if you're really good with the micro, you can keep your Immortals alive for a very long time. Do note also Burrow is about to finish, and right now Squirtle is walking a thin rope because he could get ambushed without an Observer on the field.
Both players moving around each other, circumventing each other in mid, ships passing in the night. They're both about to go straight for the opponent's main. It looks like Squirtle's actually stopping and taking time to destroy the rocks. That could really be a factor here. He's wasting so much time. Squirtle warping in a few sentries, trying to force field off here, and it looks like we are going to have a full-on base trade situation here. Both players going head-to-head. Burrowing all of his roaches. What an intelligent move from NesTea. It's gonna buy him time. It's gonna buy him so much time to get more roaches out. I like what he's doing here. I really love the plays from NesTea.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful plays right here, but Squirtle is still gonna be able to do a lot of damage to the infrastructure. Squirtle might want to think twice about venturing too far here because those roaches are burrowed underneath, and now the roaches are coming out. They have a decent position now, burrowing back underground. Once again, Tunneling Claws is not done yet. It's about to finish. Once he gets that, he can maneuver underground as well. Meanwhile, at the Protoss Natural, lot of probes getting eaten up here. The launch facility goes down. No more observers can come out. And right now, there is only one observer on the field.
Yes, but NesTea did not know that that observer was hovering above the army. It killed all of the burrowed roaches. He lost about 10 roaches right there. That's going to be so important later on here. But NesTea bringing his forces back, returning home with the roaches. NesTea is going to mass all of his units up. It looks like both players are bringing all of their mining units here together. We are going to have a giant battle to determine the victor in this game.
Squirtle has brought all of his probes. He's basically left his base. He's abandoned it. He's going to try to fight with his probes here. And I would imagine NesTea's going to do the same. Try to bring some drones off the line. Here we go. It's a worker battle. And who is going to come out ahead? Force fields keeping the roaches away. NesTea not burrowing to get underneath the force fields, rather going to let the energy, let the force fields wear off and then go back in for another attempt. There are 3 Immortals there, however, Pain User, and they are slaying these roaches, but reinforcements coming down the ramp. This is such a close game.
Look at the beautiful Immortal micro.
But these roaches are going to surround and destroy everything.
It looks like NesTea has enough. NesTea will be able to hold on here, and I think NesTea will be able to take the game. There are still roaches inside of Squirtle's main. And GG is called.
And the crowd goes wild. One of the most hectic games I've seen in a while. You don't see drones on probes very often, and that just That was one of the most interesting decisions I've seen Squirtle do, just abandon the base, bring all the probes. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think that boiled down to NesTea's awesome decision making. When he gets into those hectic situations, when he gets into situations like base trades, he's able to keep his head calm and collected, and he makes the right decisions.
Well, why do you think Squirtle didn't decide to just, say, leave his workers in his main, and then he could have worked in reinforcements to combat those roaches? You know what? It might be because he only had one observer on the map, and he was using it from an offensive position, so there was no way for him to deal with the burrowing in his main because he lost his robotics facility.
Yeah, and he was just already so far out of position. I mean, there was really nothing he could do. He was attacking around the southern path. Then obviously you had NesTea attacking around the northern path. They completely missed one another, and Squirtle took the extra time to kill the destructible rocks. And I think that ultimately could have cost him the game. He spent that extra 15 seconds trying to kill those rocks. Meanwhile, NesTea went straight for the natural, killed all the probes, killed the Nexus.
All right, well, we do have a lot of people lined up here on the stage, and I noticed that they all came up with a bunch of posters. So this is pretty exciting, man. I think we're going to do some type of a poster contest very soon. We're going to do a quick commercial break first, but before we do, last call, go to the AMD booth, get your cheerful signed up, and make something really interesting and cool. Come up on stage, you might win a free laptop, brand new laptop, very cool stuff. And we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.